Hello. So thought I'd try making a Game Week 17 video. Have a little review of Game Week 16 and think about my plans, what I'm going to do the next game week. The big thing I'm thinking about at the moment is Isak. I don't have Isak, and I don't think I can get him, and I'm probably not going to get him, and it's probably going to ruin my entire season, and that's probably what's going to happen. But I will talk about that in a minute. Game week 16, I got a red arrow. First red arrow in a while. I had like 9 green arrows in a row, which is very lucky. I think I've been using up more than my fair share of luck, and I've just started dropping off now. So I can't really complain. Still in the top 20k there, 17k. It's like way better than I was ever expecting to be. So it's just fine. But I am starting to feel a bit like, oof, I don't, it was nice when I was going up. I don't want to be going down. And I'm starting to kind of question my team a little bit. Is it okay? Is my team okay? And there's this feeling of like back in game week 6 when I wildcarded in game week 6, there's this constantly changing template. And there's all these new shiny toys coming in all the time. Game week 6, I was on it. I had all the new shiny toys. I was on it. And my price changes were going up nice. I was with the flow. But then since then, up until about game week 10, then the game week 12 comes along and that new wildcard comes along, and then everything, the template's changing, and now we're up to kind of game week 16, 17, and it's changing again. And since then, I just haven't been chasing really much at all. I think I've been staying put, trying to be patient. Just, I think generally I've been resisting that urge to chase after the new shiny toys. I've been trying to just find a set team that is just solid, to play the games, and just sit with it and be patient and not chase, kind of. And my price, my spending power is not that great. 101.5. I don't know. I'd imagine most people have more than that. I've been letting a lot of price drops get away from me. Partly due to indecision, but then partly just, things like Raul. I did Raul to Jimenez to Pedro, but I wasn't going to do that until we got the announcement. And then we got the announcement of the Everton and Liverpool game being abandoned, and then I had to do it. So, in the morning, so I lost that 0.2 there, and it's things like that. I've just been letting it slip. So, feeling a little bit like I'm maybe behind the curve. FPL just moves so quick. There's just it moves so quick, and there's all these new shiny toys, and everyone's getting on it, and it's like, and the big latest shiny toy is Isak. I don't have him, and I feel like I need him. It feels like it's Salah, Saka, Palmer, Isak are the four that you have to have. It's feeling like that. At the start of the season, game week 1, everybody had Isak. He was the first name in everybody's team. It was like no brainer. And I want him. I feel like I should have him, but I can't get him. And the reason I can't get him is because he's a bit too expensive. So if I want to get him, the only realistic way is I either sell Trent, so it's just it's a head-to-head between Trent and Isak, and maybe it's better to just go for Isak rather than Trent. I could just switch those two around, but the thing about Trent is Liverpool got this double game week coming up soon, which is a long way away, and maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but it's only about 7 or 8 game weeks away, 7 or 8 transfers, and you've got everybody probably going to want Trent at that point. And if I take him out now, that's 2 transfers to take him out and bring Isak in. If I want him back again, I'm probably going to have to get their money away from somewhere, so it's going to be another 2 transfers. So that's 4 of my 8 transfers just used up, flip-flopping between Trent and Isak, or Trent and somebody else. So it just feels like it's probably not worth it to take him out. So I don't know if I can do that. And then the other, simple option would be Gordon down to one of these people that other people are getting, like Enzo and Ahmad. Some of these cheap options, but I can't quite afford that either. If I stick Isak in there, I've only got about 4.9 million for this spot. So I'd have to do another downgrade, which is probably Rico Lewis down to a Howson, maybe a 4.3 to just get that little bit of extra money. And I don't massively love Ahmad or Enzo. They feel too risky. They're not solid enough for me. They're not secure enough. I mean, perfectly worth the punt if you want to go there. But for me, I want more reliable, trustworthy players. I think, and I don't really want to go to a house in there in this spot. I mean, I could Lewis. I don't really massively love. I suspect I'm keeping him just in case I can kind of Man City get their act together and I can use him in some places. I can whip him out if I get any problems with Trent, Gabriel, and Timber, or if I don't fancy double Arsenal defence, I might be able to whip him out for some game weeks. But in reality, I'm probably never going to use him, and if I do use him, Man City are just going to lose their clean sheet and he's going to blank or whatever. So it's a bit of a kind of, I'm not massively desperate about him, but I'm trying to save transfers as well, so I don't really want to use one on him if I don't have to. So, I don't know. He's a weird spot. I'm just leaving him there for now. Yeah, so that's the only other option. So 4.9 for this slot. I don't really love Ahmad. I don't love Enzo. And I kind of feel like I would rather have a Gordon and a Pedro than a Ahmad and an Isak, I think. I was kind of looking at this thing here, this FB Ref's XGI per 90 for the season so far. And Ahmad's only on like 0.42. I mean, he's young, he's new, he's massively overperforming at the moment. He could bump his numbers up more. I just don't know enough about him. He might play wing back, hammer him, still changing things. So I don't think I'm going to go there. And Enzo's even lower, 0.35. Now he's changed position. He's playing in the 8. But how long is he going to play there? Will he play there all season now? Will he go back again? And also some people have pointed out that he's played there for national team and Benfica, but his numbers for national team and Benfica are the same. They're still like 0.3 to 0.4, even if he's playing there for them as well. And I just don't really like those numbers. They're a bit too low. I'm happy to have 5 mil Rodgers. He's the best of the bunch at the moment still happy to have him. So that's it. And then the rest, I'd rather just pick from like the 0.5 plus kind of range of players. Yeah, now Isak's scary because he can get up to 0.9 numbers. But, well, the other thing as well, why I might not do anything is because I can get to Jota here as well. I can do Gordon to Jota. And Jota puts numbers that are pretty high as well. And it may be the case that a lot of people who have gone for Isak and Trent, I've seen a lot of people downgrade this fourth midfielder now. And it could be that might be the trap. That might be the spot where people get caught out, possibly. I mean, I'm wishful thinking here, but maybe that could be a spot where people get caught out. Especially, I don't massively love downgrading my midfield as well. If anything, I'd want to stack my midfield. I feel like I would sooner upgrade Rodgers than downgrade Gordon. Because I want your midfield is where all the points come. So don't love the idea of downgrading Gordon to get Isak. So I think I'm going to stick with this. And I'm going to go without Isak again. And I'm going to hope he doesn't punish me. And he probably will. I mean, again, trying to make myself feel a little bit better. This is the next 4 game weeks. Just the XGA of the opponents. This is just based on the XGA of the opponents for the next 4. Newcastle fairly low. Tottenham is their easiest game, and so this is basically saying if you look at the last 6 game weeks XGA, Man United are 4th best. That's a tricky fixture. Ipswich are actually climbing up a bit. They used to be in the 2s. They're climbing up a bit. Something to notice. Maybe getting better results there. Tottenham are very, very bad, so that would be an easy fixture. And then what was the other fixture they had? Sorry, one sec. The other fixture they have is Aston Villa. Aston Villa are also fine. Pretty good defence. So it's tricky as well. So you could look at that and just hope 3 away games in the next 4 as well. Newcastle, some people say they're not as good away from home. So maybe I could bet against Isak just for a little bit. Possibly could revisit it again come game week 21. Nice run there. I mean, it looks all nice, shiny and green with these fixtures. I don't know whether Bournemouth and Fulham are necessarily green, but yeah, but could revisit it there. Wolves could be a good fixture. Very good. If they've got no Cunha, if he's banned for a while as well, by that point that could be a very good fixture. But yeah, so I might revisit it 21. So that's my plans. No Isak, not chasing templates. Going to stick with it because I'm also thinking about this assistant manager chip and stuff, and feel like I really would like to get to 4 or 5 free transfers, and then then only make transfers once I get to 4 or 5, and just keep rolling with 4 or 5 all the time. Because I can sense the assistant manager chip. I suspect I'll probably want to use 2 or 3 transfers for that. I'll probably flip around the managers. Good chance. Setting up for the double. I may want some Everton. I've got Mikalenko. I may want some for that. And obviously we can carry our transfers through wildcards. By the time we get to 30, which is a long way off, but by the time we get to there, I'm probably going to want 5 free transfers for the whole chip season. So I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but I want to get some transfers locked up. So I don't really want to make transfers I don't necessarily have to make. And so I kind of just feel like my team is fine. And I don't have Isak. And I'm just going to have to stay put with these guys. I think that's what I'm going to do. But it's just like when you get a game week like this where Jackson goes off, Isak goes off, Cunha got a return over 7 mil. Mateta is coming back as well. Even Solanke got a return, and then all the cheap ones just 2-2-2. Yeah, not great. Mateta is an option at some point. How much is he? Mateta is 7.2. 0.8. Yeah, I could get to him. I mean, it's a bit tight. I mean, I could probably get rid of Lewis to a 3.9 or any 3.8s. I don't know. Yeah, Mateta's an option at some point as well. I might be able to get to him. So we'll see. Yeah, so that's the plan. Yeah, that's what happened. Got the captaincy right. That was quite nice. Salah, bit lucky really. I was totally anticipating an 18-pointer from Palmer. So yeah, that was very, very lucky. Any other thing interesting to say? Let's see. Don't think so. Yeah, and last 6 form guide. Fulham, people talking about bringing in cheap defenders at the moment as well. I mean, there's so many good cheap defenders like Robinson and Hall and Munoz, and I think I'm just not going to get any of them. I think I'm just going to sit there. I've got double Arsenal and Trent, and it's like I don't need any. Got Mikalenko on the bench for the double later on. But Fulham's in the last 6 game weeks, their XGA has gone down quite a lot actually. In the bottom half now, might be worth noting. Tough fixtures though: Tottenham, Brighton, Arsenal, Liverpool. Yeah, tough fixtures. Fixture adjusted. I think my fixture adjustment maths aren't right, so forget that. But yeah, it might be worth noting Fulham dropping in a few places there. Man United doing very well there. Ipswich starting to get a bit better. Newcastle still doing well. What else? I mean, you really need to look at this in the context of the fixtures coming up as well. What was I going to show here? Nottingham Forest very low. Man United very low. XG. Palace going up a bit more. Bournemouth still up there. Very good XG. Let's have one quick look at. I've been making this new fixture ticker. I've been trying to perfect it. It's not quite there yet. But what do we want to look at? Best fixtures. Best fixtures for attackers over the next 4 game weeks. If we just look at the next 4 game weeks. West Ham. I don't know whether I can be bothered to do this actually. It's not that interesting. Let's look at both. Liverpool, Bournemouth, Chelsea. I can't be bothered to get into it for now. I'll leave the video there. So anyway, yep, that's my team. That's the plan. Probably rolling. Salah cap against Tottenham. Tottenham still depleted defence. Oh, one other final interesting thing is the choice between Evan-Ilson and Rodgers. Because my model has Rodgers higher than Evan-Ilson by a fair way because of the fact that Man City's defence is so bad at the moment and he's at home. And Man United's defence is very good at the moment and it's at Old Trafford. So that will be an interesting one. My instinct is to play Evan-Ilson. So That'll be one that I'll have to figure out down to the wire. We'll have a think about that. Yep, anyway, I'll stop talking now. That'll do for... Oh, and I've been working on some stuff for the mystery chip. I've been looking back through past season data, so I might try and hopefully make a video about that at some point, going into a big kind of data dive on the mystery chip. So, yeah, hopefully, I don't know, in the next week or two, maybe I'll get to that. Anyway, thanks for listening. See you later. Bye-bye.